Hello, everyone from the YouTube pipe community. I am a longtime watcher and a first-time contributor. I've been watching several of the channels on YouTube, and I know there's probably hundreds of them, but I thought time for me to kind of throw my hat in the ring and see if I could make a video and maybe contribute a couple videos. I've watched Once Upon a Pipe, been inspired by your videos as well as Bremen Pipe Smoker, Malcolm Geit, a poet and also a pipe smoker over in England. The Enchanted Pipe Smoker. I've been watching a lot of his videos for, I guess, several years now. Professor Jeremiah, and well, there's too many of them to mention, but several individuals that I've enjoyed, and sometimes just lay in bed before I go to sleep, watch a couple of your posts, and enjoy watching you smoke a pipe. So I thought, well, why not give it a shot myself? I'm smoking a Peterson. See if I can get this up there in the front. A Peterson. It is a system standard. I'm assuming that means it's just a basic pipe. It's a 302. I noticed on the side. I was in Ireland probably a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years ago. It was around 2019, 2018. Had a chance to go to Dublin, and one of the dreams I wanted to do was to go to Peterson Pipes. I had been there, I guess it was 3 years before that. My oldest son graduated, so instead of having a party, we decided to go to Ireland, and took the family over, and I flew all that way mainly to go to Peterson Pipes. That was one of the things I definitely wanted to do. We closed 15 minutes before I got there, so I had to wait an extra 3 to 4 years to go back. I was going to buy a pipe, and this is one that I found. I'm smoking in it a vanilla black Cavendish. I was going to get it out, but it's just in a plastic bag, so not very exciting. I got that at our local Indian River Tobacco Traders here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Small shop. It's got some good tobacco in it. But as I said, I thought I'd tell you a little bit about myself as I get started on this channel. Hopefully be able to add some videos on a regular basis. As you probably can tell behind me, I enjoy reading books of pretty much every type. I enjoy philosophy, history, theology, science, math, technology, coding. I mean, pretty much anything I can get my hands on, I enjoy reading that. I even enjoy poetry. I'm just getting into poetry. Of course, I had a little bit of an introduction to that in my English literature classes back in college, but since that was actually back the last millennia, it's been a while since I've had those. So I'm coming to it with a new appreciation, mainly because of Malcolm Geit, watching his channel, his love for poetry, and just, its transformative power. I thought, let me read more about that. And of course, I love fantasy literature. That's a big area of mine. Not just sci-fi, kind of the Star Wars, Star Trek. I enjoy all the different sci-fi. I'm not really tied to one particular area, but I guess if I had to choose one area of fantasy, probably more medieval fantasy. And that's kind of the reason for my name of my channel, Mythical History. We're a kind of a hat tip back to that idea of myth, legend, and lore. I've always enjoyed that, and that's one of the things that kind of got me into game designing. I do game development. I created my own fantasy RPG called Lore. 450 pages of game mechanic goodness. I love game mechanics. I love design, even laying the book out. Enjoy that, the creative writing process. I mean, it's if I could do that as a full-time job, I would love to do that. I mean, you can't be wrong when you write about dwarves. Dwarves don't exist, possibly. Um, you write about goblins and dwarves and elves and other fantasy worlds. You're writing about worlds you've created. So who can say you're wrong? It's an outlet. I'm also a gamer myself. I don't like just creating games, but I enjoy playing them. So a lot of RPGs. I grew up um, playing Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder. I love painting miniatures. It's kind of cathartic on a cold winter night to sit here. And of course, now I have to have a magnifying glass to see the little pieces. But, just painting some of the pieces it's relaxing. Smoke a pipe, paint a miniature, read a book, all that. Just, I enjoy that. My main, I guess, role in life or job, even though I have a lot of hobbies that take over a lot of my life, would be working with online learning. I develop and oversee the development, do some editing of Christian courses in the area of history, church history, or biblical studies, theology, spirituality. Those are areas that I've was trained in theologically, and I'm also a pastor. I have about a year ago planted a church, actually last July, so it's almost been a year. Going well. Difficult time to plant a church, let me tell you. But then again, so is the first century. So that's I'm in good company. I enjoy gardening, kind of a hobby farmer. My wife and I have taken on raising quail for eggs. Of course, we have chickens, and we're getting some bees, some beehives, putting those out. But just she's getting into the cut flower business, so there's a lot of gardening, hobby farming going on, and I enjoy hiking, camping. I'm kind of starting this year with the hammock camping. I've never done that before, but I picked it up last year, a hammock, around November, and I thought, I'm going to try this in the winter. But when it reached 30 degrees, I thought I'm just way too old, I think, to go out in 30 degrees. So I'm at least start it in the spring now and the summer, and we'll see if I can work through the winter months and make sure I have the right gear for camping in 20 degrees, because in Michigan here it gets a little bit cold. And of course, I enjoy pipe smoking. In fact, I like a lot of things that are non-disposable. Maybe we can talk about that in the future. I like writing with a fountain pen. I do a lot of stuff online. So when I'm not really looking at screens, I enjoy just taking a piece of paper, maybe a leather journal like this, writing notes from things I've read, sermon notes, or whatever it may be. But just the feel of writing with something, a pen that you don't throw away, a pipe that you have to maintain. There's something about that in our world today that I think we just kind of lost the permanence of things. Heard about an individual who he was a young person in his 20s, late 20s. His refrigerator went out, and I said, what did you do? He said, I threw it away. Did you didn't try and fix it? He said, no. He said, I just threw it away. In his mind, if something breaks, you throw it away. And I thought, well, if your car doesn't ever go out on you, or you're going to be quite a bit in debt if you have to buy a car every now and then. But I think it's the permanence of a pipe. It's something that you can pass down to your children, or something that's always with you. There's an art to writing with a fountain pen. There's an art to smoking a pipe. There's an art to a lot of that kind of stuff. I say that, but there is at least one exclusion I know of that I don't really carry around. That is a hanky. I don't mind carrying a pipe or a pen, but I don't really like carrying snot around with me. That just for some reason that has never appealed to me. But anyways, that's a little bit about me. My hope for this channel is I'll be able to kind of contribute to the YouTube pipe community discussions that are going on, and meet new people through that, and through the medium of pipe smoking to be able to maybe engage with some of the activities that I've been talking about here, some of the interests that I have. So thank you for your time, and till the next time I see you and able to make a video, hope things go well, and blessings to you.